Hey everyone, my name is Jake and this is the 2025 Camp Info video. If you're watching this, it means one of two things. Either you're a student going to camp with us June 2nd through the 7th, or you have a student going to camp with us. Either way, this video is going to give you all the information you need, including a camp packet in the description of the video so you can go and find that information later. When we talk about camp tends to be something we build to all year in our youth ministry and something that gets us excited. And honestly, for a lot of our students, and including myself, it is the highlight of the 212 calendar for us. See, it is our goal that we connect people with God and others at First Baptist Church. And at 212, we want to see students move from a dependent faith, dependent on other people, to independent faith to themselves. And camp is a huge part of that. And so when we think about camp, it's a week away from our families, away from our normal, that we can grow in our friendships, we can worship, we can grow in our faith by learning and hearing the Word of God. And so when you're thinking about, hey, what to expect at camp, you can expect hopefully life change. You can expect to make new friends. You can expect to learn new things. You can expect to have great worship time, both in camp and in our cabin. And you can expect to grow closer as a youth group. We're really excited for this year. So as we talk about those expectations, we want to just walk you through what the schedule looks like, because camp is going to be from Monday to Saturday. Monday and Saturday are going to be our travel days, but Tuesday to Friday, the schedule is going to look essentially the same. And that's going to be, we're going to wake up in the morning after about 8 hours of sleep at 8 or 8:30, eat a good meal, head to a quiet time at 9 a.m., where we're going to practice being in our Bibles by ourselves in a daily quiet time, have a short devotional, and head off to our morning teaching time, where we're going to have the camp talk about the theme, which is level up, found in James chapter 4, all about if we humble ourselves, God will lift us up, and that's what our whole teaching time is going to be surrounded by. From there, we're going to come back, we're going to play some games, we're going to hang out, we're going to eat lunch, another good meal from Teresa and Heather, who've been cooking for us for quite a few years. And then we're going to head out to our rec time. Our rec time is typically from 1:30 to 5 o'clock. And let me tell you, if you can think of it, of camp rec, our camp probably has it. Some of the highlights for our campers are the volleyball tournament, which shout out to the high school girls, won the tournament of all the campers last year. Super cool. There's things like rock climbing and swimming and zip lining. You can hang back and just play board games with some of the sponsors in the cabin. You can go up and play basketball or skate or play a ton of different games like Gaga Ball or 9 Square in the Air. Or you can even play cornhole in tournaments and things like that. There's so many cool opportunities, as well as opportunities to grow in your faith with what they call breakouts. Breakouts are these classes geared towards students to either learn theologically, things like how do I study my Bible, or biblical ethics, or maybe hot topic issues they're going to cover, like dating and sexuality and things like that, and how we're supposed to handle those from a biblical perspective. It's a super cool opportunity to learn and grow in that recreation time. From recreation, we're going to come back, you're going to have a chance to shower, to eat before we head to maybe the highlight of the day, what is called Tabernacle, the main teaching time at 7 o'clock or 7:30 in the evening till about 9 o'clock. That's going to be full of, some of the greatest worship you're going to be a part of. Because at this camp, it's one of the largest camps in the world, from 6,000 to 8,000 students a week, all gathered in one place, worshiping and hearing from the Word of God. It's an incredible time where lives change and faiths grow. A super cool time. From there, we're going to leave, have a little bit of free time, and then typically, just like we do on Wednesday nights, head to small groups to kind of decompress the day and see what happened and see what God is teaching us. To which point, we're going to head to bed. We value a good night of sleep. We want to give you a chance to have 8 hours of sleep every night before we get up and do it all over again. So it's a large camp, but we have rented our own cabin, which we're going to show a map, and it's going to be a chance to be in your packet as well. We're right in the center of camp. You can expect to be in full bunk rooms with girls and with guys, and a chance to be able to be all together kind of family style, where there's large bathrooms with showers and vanities and things like that as well. So as you prepare to come to camp, let's talk a little bit about packing. Now, we're taking over 50 students, maybe our largest group ever, which means that most of the beds are going to be taken, if not all the beds are going to be taken, which means you cannot overpack. We're asking a maximum of 2 bags and maybe a personal item like a backpack or a sling bag or a purse or something you can carry on the bus with you. But we want you not to be able to overpack. But at the same time, there's a balance of not underpacking as well, because it is a full week of being out in the sun and doing a bunch of things. So expect to bring like 2 things to clothes every day, right? So you can expect to get up and maybe wear the same thing all the way through rec until you shower and you have a chance to put on your tabernacle clothes or your evening worship clothes, which most people kind of step up just a little bit. Girls tend to wear nice pants and a shirt or a dress or a skirt, something like that. And guys tend to wear a nice pair of pants and a nice shirt. Just kind of step up the dress a little bit. You don't have to, but it's an option. As we talk about packing, don't forget your bedding. Everyone's equipped with a twin bed, but you need at least a fitted sheet, a blanket and a pillow, a sleeping bag, some kind of sleeping system that you can contain within that twin bed bunk system. And of course, things like your toiletries, you need deodorant. Please bring deodorant or you're going to sweat. Shampoo, soap, anything that you need for your normal everyday life. You need to pack that yourselves. There's going to be showers and vanities available. Now, when we think about packing in our clothes, I need to make you aware that the camp does have a dress code that they enforce. And I'm going to attach that in the packet below. And what you really need to know, the ones that tend to be sticklers are tank tops. We're not going to be allowed to wear tank tops based on the camp policy, and the short length matters. Think about a 5-inch inseam. While there's not going to be people pulling out a tape measure and measuring your shorts, things like recreation, volleyball, ropes course, that's when it's going to matter. So what you might do is bring a couple pair of shorts or beyond that length. That way you can participate in those activities. Also, things that have tobacco, alcohol depictions on them or something that's inappropriate, leave those at home as well. We're going to try to follow the dress code. You can follow the PDF to see the full dress code there. Things like tights, tight-fitting clothing, things like that cannot be worn. Please refer to that as you begin to pack. When we talk about rules, anytime you get that many teenagers, that many people together, we all are going to follow some basic rules. If you've been at 212 at all, you know that we follow one simple rule. Don't be an idiot. Really what we mean is follow some basic common sense. The way that we treat people. We're not going to put our hands on people. We're not going to invade other people's space. We're not going to get in fights with people. Things that will get you sent home at camp, right? Physical altercations, public displays of affection, things like that will get you sent home from camp. And parents, we're going to ask you to come get your camper because we don't have the resources or the time to take your camper all the way back from Falls Creek to Mound City. One rule that we do really enjoy and has become really a marker of our camp experience is we don't allow cell phones. Here's what I mean. Cell phones become a distraction and honestly an addiction in our world, and we're going to try to spend a week without them so we grow closer together and have a better chance of learning and growing in our faith distraction-free. Can I be honest? Every year after camp, campers tend to thank me for this opportunity. It's such a cool opportunity. Parents, if you feel like you need to get a hold of your student to check in daily, totally fine. Or if there's an emergency, you can call me at my cell phone or the camp and they can get a hold of me or other connection forms that you can find in your camp packet. We're going to make it available. So as you pack and as you prepare, maybe you're bringing some medications as well. And so what we kind of play by is if you have an over-the-counter medication that you take daily, a vitamin, an allergy pill, a Tylenol, things like that, we're going to ask that if you're trusted to carry that, then please carry that in your personal belongings with the understanding that you will not share that at any point with any other camper or sponsor. We'll have those kind of medications that are normal over-the-counter available to anyone who needs them. And there's also a nurse's station at the camp in case of emergency as well. If your student has or you have a prescription medication, we're going to ask that you turn those in and we can put them under lock and key. We'll have a sponsor dedicated to making sure that those students get their medication on the timetable that they need them and everything's going to be okay. When we're talking about camp as well, people always ask me, Jake, how much money am I supposed to bring? It's a great question. So I'm going to tell you, just like in most places in life, you can spend as much money as you bring. Technically, you need no other money other than a meal on the way down and a meal on the way back, typically at McDonald's. So you need about $10 or $15 minimum, $20 max there to be able to eat. Everything else is covered, including the shirt that I'm wearing if you have signed up in time. But there are gift shops, there are coffee shops, snack shacks, things like that around the campus where there's a chance to spend money. And you're going to have a good opportunity to spend your money for some souvenirs and food and treats and things like that. I would typically recommend a $25 to $50 range. The camp does take cards in most places, so if you want to send your kid with your bank card, that's okay. I would strongly recommend you do not send a bunch of cash because we cannot be responsible for any lost or stolen money. Really, anything that you're willing not to lose or something really nice, I'd say leave it home. That way there's not going to be responsible because we can't be responsible for anything that we break or goes missing. So as you prepare for camp, let me give you a couple travel details. First, Monday morning, we're going to meet here at the 212 building at 6 a.m. for check-in and leave shortly thereafter. And we're going to return home on Saturday between 1 and 3, depending on travel times, eating times, and traffic, of course. Our destination is in Davis, Oklahoma, roughly 5 hours away from where we're leaving here. It's at Falls Creek Convention Center, as I mentioned before, one of the largest camps in the world. What a cool opportunity. Thank you so much for watching this video. There might be some information that I did not cover. Rest assured that it's going to all be in that packet, or you can reach out to me by email, the church office, or my cell phone to reach out and have any questions. As you prepare for camp, I would just ask that you prayerfully consider what God would have for your student or you as you come with us to camp. Know that we are praying for you. We are so excited to see what God is going to do this year at Teen Camp. Thank you.